think it's time to move on to the next matchup, which is JJK and Chainsaw Man.
JJK clears.
Yeah, easy sweep.
Chainsaw Man's mid. I used to think it was good.
Let's not get okay. So now he's trying to get revenge for getting jumped on AOT. Like, let's not.
Chainsaw Man is mid as fuck, bro. If AOT is mid, Chainsaw Man is bad.
Hold on. Chainsaw Man is good, right? It's not better than Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's still solid enough to watch. AOT is a bore fest.
Oh my!
Shut the fuck
up. All right, let's not even talk about that trash anime. I don't even want it on my palate anymore. Just get rid of it. Just continue.
I passed social studies watching that show. That's how stupid it is.
Y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad when AOT win the whole damn thing. Y'all gonna be mad.
That would never happen.
I swear to God, I'm leaving this fucking group.
I don't even believe it should win, but y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad when it's top 4.
No. I don't care less about top 4. It's not winning nothing.
Okay.
That trash out of here.
All right. Anyway,
clears. Manga's crazy. Stuff going on right now. Even in the newer chapters, just wild. Yuji, decent MC. He's kind of like, kind of reminds me of like the basic kind of like Goku MC. Just like not too smart, but it gets the job done or whatever, which is not bad. But his powers are getting crazy in the manga, man.
We agree that JJK is over Chainsaw Man. Now, Chainsaw Man, I don't like how it's being dogged earlier by a certain individual in this group.
Dude.
Dick eater.
Part 1 of Chainsaw Man, I will defend. Like, I feel like the anime itself did not get to what is considered like the zenith of Chainsaw Man. It's like literally after part 1 ends, and not part 1 ends, the anime first season ends, is when it just gets like really good. I think we saw that with the Katana Man arc.
Yeah, once you drop off the Katana Man, you're on to some good times for Chainsaw Man.
But part 2, I totally agree with this part. At the moment, it's not really that entertaining. I like the start of it. I liked Asa as the new protagonist, but I don't want to say it's losing itself. But it doesn't have that appeal to me that the first part did. Now, Fujimoto, he's the author of Chainsaw Man. Sometimes like his writing style, so he likes to do a slow build-up, or not slow build-up, but he builds up to a really, really, really big moment. So I'm really waiting to see what it's gonna be like when part 2 is over. But as of now, like JJK just has too many hits. Like Gojo's backstory, Shibuya. I mean, there's the Culling Games. I don't really care for that one, but there's Maki's whole thing with her family. And the Culling Games, I'll admit, like maybe on a reread, it'll bode well for me. But as a weekly reader, that shit sucks. But who knows? So maybe once in a while or sometime down the line, I will go and reread CG. Because some people say it's better than Shibuya, which is actually like you got to be crazy to say that in my mind. But yeah, I agree with JJK over Chainsaw Man for this matchup.
Yeah, it's really not even close, and I'm gonna break it down for you. Look, I've read all of part 1 for Chainsaw.
All right, on to the next scene, on to the next one. We've been on this for too long.
Nah. It's all right. It's okay. No, let's move on. Move on. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Okay. All right.
Just no, it's okay.
So
watch this.
Watch
this.
It's ridiculous. So, all right, we can move on now to the next matchup, which is Demon Slayer versus My Hero.
We should let Isaiah go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
On this one, right? Anything My Hero related automatically loses. I don't care. My Hero Academia is the most inconsistent show I've ever seen. There are people that say that this show is god tier, and then there are other ones that say this show is trash. And both of them have their good reasons. My reasoning is that its ups are high, but its lows are low. And I don't like shows where you can't find like if your show is like bad or had like bad moments, that's fine. Every show has one. Most shows have one.
If your show has any build up though, Isaiah cannot do it.
It's not build up. It's moments of when the build up wasn't to where I thought it was going to be, or something didn't go the same way I wanted it to go. I watched maybe the first 3 seasons, give or take, with some friends of mine. And I'm gonna be honest, they watched the entire show, and then once they got to season 3, I was just on my phone playing Clash Royale, having fun doing that shit. Like, it's just, was one of those shows that I thought that it was going to be a great show straight through, and then it just didn't, stay consistent with it. Now, I do know that it does get better later on in the seasons. What are they on, like season 7, season 6 right now? I know it does get better later on, and I would just have to go back and watch it. But me personally, I couldn't get through that 3rd season, and I thought it was trash. But when it comes down to it, I've watched both parts of Demon Slayer and My Hero, and I've had a more entertaining watch of Demon Slayer. I haven't finished it yet. I will get to it soon, but I'm going with Demon Slayer on this one.
Yeah, season 3 was the Bakugo capture arc, right? That was a train. It was a summer training camp.
Yeah. Season 3 was really good.
Like that was against Muscle, and
like
he was protecting Koda.
Yeah, and then All for One versus One for All.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, here's the thing that I'm realizing as we go through this tournament bracket. Y'all niggas just don't seem to like when there's something called character development in your show, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time to develop your characters. Not every show can develop their characters through fights. Not every show chooses to develop their characters through fights. Sometimes it just comes down to talking. Let's talk it out.
I know where this salt is coming from. I know where this salt's coming from.
Well, it's being built up because niggas don't want to watch One Piece for the same reason, right? It's 1,000 episodes, but those 1,000 episodes are a lot of times needed to build up the characters in the show. There are so many goddamn characters that are running the road of One Piece. If you don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, when you just see them moving around, it's not going to make sense. So
just kill them all.
And that would be a boring show. That's what we call a boring show with no depth of character.
Now, JJK does it right, though. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate how much they kill off people, but I really do enjoy how they do it specifically. I don't know. There's something about it. Just
they help you love the character, and when they die, you're like, I expected this to happen because the life of a Jujutsu sorcerer is a life of death. Like, it is a life that leads to death. But they tell you that from the beginning. Like, JJK lets you know, yo, these niggas are going to die. Jujutsu sorcerers die when they're young. They let you know from the beginning. Same way in Attack on Titan, they let you know, yo, niggas in the scout regiment, they go out there to die. Like, that is their job.
Yes.
So when you see somebody
to die, but do they usually die by a giant gorilla throwing fucking rocks at them? Like, in my head,
no,
I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up for that. I signed up to kill Titans.
And they said that too. They had the same thought. They were sitting there having the same thought. They were sitting there like, yo, I didn't sign up to die with rocks being thrown at me. But what did Erwin say? Everybody didn't sign up to die. Everybody thought they would sign up to broaden the horizons of Wall Mario. Like, they thought they would sign up to actually discover shit, to figure out what's beyond the walls. Like, nobody expects to die, but they know that death is a part of the job. So as a scout, when somebody tells you, yo, you gotta lay down your life, so maybe we have a chance to kill the things that are killing us out one by one, and are eventually going to erase us from the map. That's what you're going to do. You're going to give your life so that maybe everybody else inside the walls could live.
Yo, how we go talking about AOK again? Let's keep.
But you ain't got that. Regardless, what are we talking about?
My Hero, apparently.
Fucking My Hero. I'm reading with the JJK My Hero. Okay, My Hero.
Trash, dude. It's so bad. It's so bad. We forgot we were even talking about it. So guess what?
My Hero is fucking. It's really good. I just not too much on My Hero. The fan base drags it down a lot.
Yeah,
I understand that. I understand that, and that sucks. But I watched the show before. Well, I'm sorry. I started reading the manga before there was a fan base for My Hero, so I don't really have that whole perspective with like, oh, the fan base drags it down. Like
shipping everybody and their mom together. Yeah.
I don't really care about that. I just don't pay attention to it. That's not going to affect how I watch the show, because that's not what the author is giving to me. The author isn't shipping characters to me. He's not doing that. The author is developing the family. The author is saying, yo, this Todoroki family got a fucked up dad and a fucked up son and another fucked up son. Let's try and tie things together. Like that's what the author's doing.
Not Baki, Doki or whatever his name is.
Dobby.
I did watch a portion of that scene. Not bad. Like the way that they kind of made the story there with Doki, or whatever the fuck his name is not bad.
That's been a major plot point in My Hero too. They've been making sure to follow up on the Todoroki family, making sure that Endeavor is a huge part of the story, so that when he does become the #1 hero, all that shit comes out the light. Yo, you're an abusive father, #1 hero. Like what you gonna do about that?
It's not bad.
I think they tackled the idea of Hero Society really well. and there isn't another anime out there.
I do like the ranking system and all that within My Hero. It's not as corny as it is in like One Punch Man. You know what I mean? Like, there's some straight losers in Class C. You know what I mean? But like, like
Bones.
the
Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider.
Like
Respect Moomin Rider. Respect Moomin Rider.
He threw the bike, bro. He threw the bike at the fish nigga for what? For what?
We gotta wait till we get to that bracket to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, see, look, we can't even stay on the topic of My Hero because it's so bad. But
I'll say,
anyways,
like, My Hero, I can't let I don't feel like it's fair to let the fan base sway my opinion on any anime, so I will hold the same standard.
I'll agree.
I liked it, but I kind of go back to what Isaiah was saying at the beginning. Like, the lows, they are really low. And when I caught up, it was only 3 seasons. The manga reader's like, oh, yo, season 4 is going to be like peak. You don't know what's coming. Oh my God. And I watched season 4 and it wasn't bad, but it was like, it wasn't that good. And they're like, oh, you got to wait till season 5, dog. Like season 5.
You don't talk about Overhaul?
No. To be honest, I like the part after more than I like the Overhaul art.
Oh.
Yeah, Overhaul was not really all that to me, but season 5, well, you gotta wait for season 5. Season 5 comes out and they fucked up the order apparently of how it was supposed to come out, and I couldn't bear it. I still gotta give it credit for like season 3. That was like, to me, the best part. Season 1 and 2 were good too, but 4 is in my eyes was the fallout.
What season was it where it was this guy Warhammer, whatever his name was? He had like the power to like, you know, mend his body any kind of way he wanted, and he was fighting Midoriya and everything like that. And he had this girl on his back that was regenning him.
Oh, that was Overhaul. That was season 4.
Okay, yeah, that was a pretty good season. Kind of the ending to the season was nice. You know, seeing how this kid lost his powers was kind of wild.
Lemillion, shout out to Lemillion.
Yeah, Lemillion. That was enjoyable. But Demon Slayer, I don't know, man. Like, besides the animation, Demon Slayer is just over My Hero, in my opinion. Like, the animation, I will give it credit because it is probably the most crazy animation I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is like Jesus Christ. Like, it's just a treat to watch the anime and kind of absorb all the animations. But the story's also good as well. I also like the whole marking system that they got going on, where like Tanjiro has his mark. Even the other Hashiras have like their own marks as well that give them kind of a little Zenkai boost, if you want to look at it that way. It's nice. It's nice. And the demons are pretty cool too. Like Akusa, I think his name is. Very, very cool demon in my opinion. Probably my favorite demon out of all of them. But overall, I would have to give it to Demon Slayer. It's just a little bit better in my opinion.
Just my final thought on Demon Slayer. I'm just not really sold on the story. That is kind of like the one thing that's holding me back from it. The animation got tier. You know, the fight's beautiful, but the story is lacking. Like, I haven't seen a plot twist yet. Like, I haven't fought a character develop yet, except from Riichiro. But he developed in the arc we met him, and all this shit was amnesia. So, like, I'm waiting for the developments of the characters. Like, that's what I'm really waiting for. I'm holding out for that. But like, Tanjiro is the same old Tanjiro we saw. Like, maybe not episode 1, but damn near. Like, his whole thing comes down to his will to survive, essentially. Like, he's not killing demons because he loves to do it. He's killing it because he has to. And that hasn't changed, and I get a feeling that's not going to change. Like, so I don't know. I want a little bit more from the characters growth-wise, like outside of just sword skills, you know? But that is like the flaw of Demon Slayer to me. Other than that, it's a good story. It's a cute story. It's nothing like God tier. Cute. It's cute. It's like Fate Stay Night. It's a Fate Stay Night of our age. Like, that's what it is. It looks good.
Bro just insulted an entire fan base by calling that shit cute.
My 2 cents here won't be too long. Demon Slayer, I watched the first season when that was all I had. I did enjoy it. Just for familiarity, I probably would give it to My Hero. Like I said, the first 4 seasons, in my opinion, they were good. Season 5 just kind of killed it for me, though. But I will give it to My Hero in this matchup. Overall, though, in the 4 that we just mentioned, I think we all can agree that JJK would be taking it.
Yeah, JJK clears this 4.
Nah, I'd win. I wouldn't be surprised if it wins out. I'm not gonna lie.
And then lastly, or I guess the last 4 here moving into, let's start off with Mob Psycho and One Punch Man.
Mob clears.
Yeah, Mob definitely takes it here. Like, there's no competition in my eyes.
Yeah, it's legit no competition. I mean, it's the same author. One Punch Man's not bad, you know, but after a while the whole gimmick gets old, and the thing is, like, it's not even more so about like One Punch Man and his limits. It's more so about the other people's limits. Like, I'm not watching the show for these like these losers, you know what I'm saying? Moomin Rider, all right, he has his you know, his times, but like Genos and all that, I'm not watching the show for Genos, you know what I mean? I'm watching the show for, you know, One Punch Man, but it's very difficult to have a character like that progress because, you know, he doesn't really show much emotion. He's one-shotting everything. So how do you progress? You really can't. So that's why others are around him are progressing through like seeing him one-shot stuff, which is okay. I mean, yeah, great. But Mob Psycho, man, it's just too good, man. The whole idea of like psychics and all that, and you know, Rengen Sama, and you know, having him, you know, kind of on like that scamming center where they go out and kill these ghosts and stuff, or have Mob do it. It's pretty funny. But the fights, especially in Mob, are very good. Very enjoyable anime to watch. It's you know, has a few portions of slice of life, but it also has those serious moments where it's like, okay, man, I gotta get this done, or you know, the world is gonna explode from some psychic beam or something. You know what I mean? Overall, I give it to Mob. Both not bad, but Mob's just way better story, way better characters in my opinion. So
yeah, I definitely agree with you, like in every point. I feel like the cast, the characters might not be the best, but there's some good ones in there. Like Tatsumaki and Fubuki are interesting. Well, who else? Yeah, pretty much just those two in Joe's.
Atomic Samurai. Like, come on, man.
I will just say this one last point for One Punch Man, that the manga has some phenomenal art. They got Yusuke Murata as the artist, because one of Yusuke Murata are two different people. One writes a story, and Yusuke is the artist. And that man can draw his ass off. Like, looking at the shit he draws makes my hand hurt. If you want to just go off of that, I can totally understand. But in terms of everything else, I feel like Mob easily clears, and Evan listed the points pretty well earlier as to why that is.
Yeah, I really like One Punch Man. It's just, when it comes down to it, Mob Psycho is just a better work of one, right? Like, this dude dropped One Punch Man and it was a hit. And then he figured out how to write hits, and he did it much better the second time with Mob Psycho. I love what One Punch Man does with like the Hero Society. I kind of, well, I won't say love. I like how they do it, because the fact of the matter is, there are just going to be some heroes that are straight up bums. And when you have nobody else to save you, sorry, sometimes you are going to get the bum hero to come and save you. Like, and that shit is kind of funny to me. Like, imagine if you're sitting there getting robbed, and Moomin Rider pulls up on his fucking bicycle with his football pads on. Like, what are you going to do, bro? What are you really going to do with this dude with the gun?
I'm talking shit about my Moomin Rider.
Bro, he has a gun, all right? But is he going to dodge a bullet? No, he's going to get shot. Anyway,
but we also got King. You got King. He's top shit.
He only has aura and no power.
His aura is
all you need. That's all you need. Yeah, that's all you need.
And his aura isn't even his own aura. He just has Saitama's aura that was passed on to him before he became a hero. Yo, King is a fucking bum, but I love him for it though. I love him. He's my favorite bum.
Yeah, he's probably the best bum out of all the bums in the Hero Society there.
I'll put respect on two more characters' names. I felt like I did them dirty earlier. Definitely, I'd say Silver Fang, like the old dude.
Yeah, I was trying to remember his name.
He is clean. And then there's Garu.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool. But then there's the other guy. I'm not putting respect to his name. I didn't like him very much. He thought he was top shit, and he got folded every time he tried to come after One Punch Man.
The ninja?
Ninja
kid?
Yeah. And he got that monster buff at the end of season 2.
Sonic Speed.
Yeah, I hated him. He was a loser from the beginning.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, he got punched in the dick.
That baseball kid's kind of OP though.
Yeah. See, so they have a formidable cast. Somewhat,
yeah, but it's not as enjoyable as.
And I will say, Saitama's development is different because he does one shot everything. His whole story hasn't been about like, well, how do I get stronger? It's how the fuck do I get weaker? Like, how do I?
Not really. It's more so, can I find somebody who's can withstand?
Like, I'm too damn strong. Like,
I don't know if it's about him getting weaker though. Wouldn't agree with that. I feel like it's more of like a Goku mentality. Like, I want to fight this next strongest guy available, you know what I mean? Like, please have mercy, somebody,
saying that he wants to fight somebody he doesn't necessarily want to. Like, the nigga isn't going out of his way for fights.
When he is fighting though, he says, man, I'm really enjoying myself, and then that fight ends, he's like, oh man, I wish so there's definitely a need or want there if you think
in the heat of it. Yeah, but it's still I think Saitama still develops more than you're giving him credit for.
Way
Not saying
less
that he
than-
holds a candle to Mob though.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. That's the thing. It's just
way,
like
way less. Yeah.
I'm trying to give One Punch Man his flowers, but then when it comes down to it, Mob Psycho is just better. Like I don't know. I just want to ramble on about One Punch Man a little bit because I do love it. I love hero shows, but God knows Mob Psycho is just one of the greatest anime to ever drop.
I have to think about it now, but when I first watched it, I was like, yeah, this is definitely like the best New Gen. Now we got some competition. As you can see, like this bracket alone, there's competition for best New Gen. But we'll save that for a little later. So lastly, to wrap this all up, we got Vinland Saga versus Hell's Paradise. Our group here has not really seen both of these to really their fullest extent, but I'll put my little 2 cents in on Hell's Paradise. I haven't read much. I didn't even watch the anime. I was reading it first before I got an anime, and then I just never finished it. But I like the concept of the story. Like this ninja kid Gabimaru gets put on death row, and his only option out is to go to this island and find this, like, what is it?
It's the literal elixir of life, like the shit that comes from the spring of immortality.
Right. And watching, or reading rather, the relationships that the characters are kind of building with each other. Like there's Gabimaru, and then there's the other girl. The names are kind of slipping. Sagiri. Yeah, some people really don't like her. I thought she was fine. Some people think she's useless, but I was at the beginning of the story by this point, so I leave room for that to be expanded on. But Yuzihara is pretty cool. I like how on this island, like with all the fucking bandits or whatever, like they kind of just say, you know, like fuck this shit. Like I can go crazy here. There's no laws or anything kind of binding me to act a certain way. And I do kind of like the just seeing how they get around on this island and how some of the characters are wondering if they can trust each other given their past. Sagiri is kind of trying to break the bonds that her family has her chained to. Like the fact that she's a woman, she can't really do stuff that a man can, especially in their family. Like I think they literally told her you're just there to be bred or something like that.
Told her ass to get in the kitchen, like actually.
Yeah, I really like how she fights against that point in the story. But just with my limited knowledge, that's all I could say. I would have to side with Hell's Paradise just because it's the only one I'm familiar with in this bracket.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of both of these shows. I've seen the first season of Vinland Saga, and I watched the entire first season of Hell's Paradise. As of right now, I am much more intrigued with Hell's Paradise and the story that they're telling on this island than Vinland Saga. Not saying that I don't see the potential for Vinland Saga to really turn up, because Thorfinn is a hell of a character. Thors is a goat. Askeladd, different. Whole bunch, like all the main dudes in Vinland Saga just are legends in their own right. Regardless, Hell's Paradise though just tells a story, as he was saying, about Gabimaru and the things that he's going to in his struggle to really realize whether or not he's hollow, like whether or not he's this doll that he was raised up to be this murder machine, or whether or not he's a real person. And where season 1 left us off, the roots that we got a lot to figure out with Gabimaru, just in terms of where season 1 left us. But I'm really excited to see where that leads. I'm excited to see how the Tensen come into play in all this, how they get defeated, if they even can be really like fully defeated. I'm just hyped for it all. I'm just ready to see it play out. I'm going with Hell's Paradise just off the hype that it's given me to keep on watching and possibly even pick up to start reading.
Just one last thing too. I like how on the island it isn't just themselves. It's like the whole environment is deadly. There's monsters and just like even certain plants and whatever else out there is just out to get you. So you have to constantly like watch your back. And it provides a sense of just like there's a threat. There's an urgency. There's stakes like all around you at all times. So even if you try to leave, because they have done that.
Yeah.
Like
failed. Ran into the fucking Kraken. Apparently had to come back to the island. Like,
yeah, like so I like the whole environment that Hell's Paradise has to offer. So I feel like even if I had watched Vinland Saga, I've heard a lot of good stuff about that one too, but if I had watched it, I probably would still go with Hell's Paradise. But that seems to be it for us, because I believe Evan and Isaiah have not really seen these two. All right, so for the 4 of these, which one do you guys think would win? To be honest, I want to say Mob Psycho, but the public might align with One Punch Man more.
Just fucking wild.
Nah, Mob Psycho is. I think people know how good Mob Psycho is, but the public they might really go for
that Mob Psycho is elite. It is the top. Is at least my number 1 show to ever been put on the face of the planet. I had to rework my list and stuff, and I enjoy Mob Psycho more than any other show I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. So I'm going with Mob Psycho being number one. So I believe that the people should choose Mob Psycho, because if they don't, their opinion is ass. And they need to go and, watch actual peak fiction.
The anime community is filled with ass opinions.
Including yours about AOT.
Oh, yeah. You're outnumbered here, buddy.
You're still on AOT, bro.
Yeah.
It's been like 10, 20 minutes, bro. It's over.
More than that, dude. AOT, I'm looking at the clock right now. We're at 1 hour and 2 minutes. We were talking about AOT at like the 16-minute mark.
I'm not forgetting.
And it's still bad.
And it's still one of the best anime. I feel like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like no matter how much you hate on it, it's still going to have more details than your favorite show.
All right, but what do you think is going to make it to like at least the semifinals?
Top four, I guess. If I had to do top four, so JJK for sure. To be honest, I do think DBZ beats out One Piece if the fan base allows it to. So I'm gonna put it there as like a sway. So it could be either one.
No, I'm voting 5 times.
I think I like Death Note in there. I think I like Death Note on the final four, and then I guess I had to go with Mob here.
That can't happen.
Yeah, it's only like so. The first 8.
Oh yeah.
Every 8.
You mean? Oh, every 8. Okay. Then I would do DBZ then. Ooh, I like Cowboy Bebop there. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
Yeah, I do. I like Cowboy Bebop there. Give me Death Note for the next quadrant there, and then for the final one, I'll take JJK.
I think that is like correct, except for Death Note just gets beat by AOT.
No.
Oh
bro,
my fucking Christ!
Like it's a fan base diff. It's not even like me talking about the stories themselves, because I think I low-key like Death Note more than AOT, but the fan base for AOT is more rabid than it is for Death Note.
I feel as though is that our people might actually have taste in anime, so I feel as though that your opinion is wrong.
That's also why they vote for AOT, because
So then here, give your 4 here.
DBZ is up for grabs really, because it's either DBZ or One Piece. Like that's a fact. Considering whose channel this is going on or whose profile this is going under, I got One Piece taking it really. Considering, so I'm gonna take One Piece there. The second 8. That being Cowboy Bebop, I find it hard to really argue with. Like I want to say like Fairy Tail and Black Clover, because they're like modern shonens, so they have like bigger fan bases right now. But Cowboy Bebop is just a classic. So like if you know anime, you know Cowboy Bebop. AOT is just the best out of that 8. I'm not even going to go into it with y'all. Y'all can say what you want. JJK though probably does take that last little bit, unless the My Hero fans really show up.
What you, Isaiah?
Okay, so Jujutsu Kaisen. I also believe that Mob Psycho is going to be there. Now, this might be a little bit of one that I say wouldn't be up there, or it should be up there, but I don't know, but I do feel as though that Vinland Saga is going to be in there if we're going off of the fans and shit.
Isaiah.
Because from what I've heard, Vinland Saga has not had anything.
Do me a favor. Look at the bracket.
Look at the bracket.
All 3 of those shows are within 8 of each other.
Within 8?
Yeah, like they would all match up against each other. They would have to
I thought you were talking
beat each other before they get to the final
that
4.
are going to the end. All right, my fault.
That's what I'm saying. They can't make it to the end if one of the others make it to the end. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying Mob Psycho, Jujutsu Kaisen. Mob Psycho, Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, that's still in the same 8.
Each other. Hold on. I'm trying to think here. I'm thinking out loud. Shut the fuck up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so from Pokemon to Hunter x Hunter. Okay, from King Tama to Black Lagoon.
Pokemon to Hunter x Hunter. How about you eat a fucking chode, nah, nigga? All right, let me cook. Let me cook. All right. So.
Go ahead, Chef.
Right. All right. I don't know. You gotta give me some time for that one.
Okay, well, I'll go then. So, I feel like One Piece, honestly. I think it's going to be a hard fight between One Piece and Dragon Ball. I wouldn't be surprised if either of these get there, but I think One Piece, Bebop, just because, like, it's not everyone, but it's a classic. A lot of people have seen it. Like, I'm picturing the guy that just randomly stumbles across the poles, and it's just like, I haven't seen any of these, but I heard Bebop is good, so I'll just vote Bebop. Or I've only seen Bebop, so I'll just go with Bebop. So I would put Bebop there. I would love for Gintama to be there, but that's just not going to happen because there's only 5 people that have watched the show. I would like for Berserk to be there, but the thing is, it hasn't had a really solid anime adaptation. Like the manga fan base would really have to pop out for it to win. So my pick, honestly, I would go with Full Metal because the Full Metal fans are still, they're at a 10. They never sleep. They fucking just go hard for their show. So I think Full Metal would probably win. And then lastly, I would just give it to JJK. So those are the 4.
All right, so I feel as though DBZ is going to go on to the next one. For the next bracket, I think it's just Cowboy Bebop, honestly. After that, it's kind of difficult. I as much as I don't want to say that it's gonna get to the next round, ALT might have to take it on this one. I really don't want it to, but it might.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're going for so far. Like your whole bracket approach is like the familiarity kind of.
Yeah, and then on the last one, you just. I really, really, really want Mob Psycho to win this. But in my honest opinion, Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely going to go next. Jujutsu Kaisen is too hot, too good, well animated, and amazing storytelling. It holds a place in everyone's hearts right now. And I do say that Jujutsu Kaisen is going to go on to the next one.
All right, yeah. So to wrap this up, who do you think takes it all? I think
Jujutsu Kaisen.
JJK.
Really? Over like Dragon Ball or One Piece?
Yeah. It's the popular anime right now.
Yeah.
If it comes down to One Piece versus JJK,
It's going JJK.
I don't know because both of these are hot
weirder
right now. Both of these are
that's
hot.
the thing.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, JJK.
It is a time of One Piece.
It's shorter, and more people have been committed to watching it since day one. One Piece is one of those shows that you gotta build up to. You gotta have the energy and the commitment to sit there and deal with that show and watch that show and love it the entire time. It's like life. Like the moment you commit to it, you're locked in. Like you have to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but that's just the thing about One Piece. They've had 20 plus years to build up a fan base, and
dude.
especially, I have heard so many stories of like, oh yeah, I was watching One Piece during COVID. Like COVID had spiked the popularity for One Piece so much in the Western world, and even now, like I could literally go to a store or someplace outside and I'll hear people talking about One Piece and I'm blown away. I'm like, this guy has actually watched 1,000 episodes or read 1,000 plus chapters on One Piece. That's crazy. But
yeah,
especially
but
One Piece right now is in its prime. It's in his best moment. Like
He's
you could argue that for JJK too. So it's like
it's a hard fought battle.
But I think JJK takes it because, dude, first of all, Lobotomy Kaisen, the fan base is a bunch of maniacs. First of all, if you know about that.
Is so real.
And there was even a Super Bowl post going around where it was Sukuna as Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy as
Jogo.
Jogo, yeah. Like, dude, like if you're reaching like Super Bowl levels of like you know what I mean? I'm slurring my words, but
Yeah.
in terms of recognition, Super Bowl levels, that's wild, bro. You know what I mean?
Counterpoint.
Hey,
Hold on.
Think about it.
Let me.
You
It's
never
also
saw.
fresh.
Let Lamont go.
Let me hit this real quick.
You never seen Usher dress up as somebody from One Piece, have you?
You also haven't seen JJK on the actual like jumbotrons at the stadium, have you? Because One Piece was on the jumbotron at the Rams stadiums for a few games there. JJK got a social media post. Cool. One Piece was at the fucking jump. Like it was at the game. It was in the Macy's Day Parade. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all that. Like it's hit the global popularity. It's hit the recognition.
But if we're
we only gotta talk about the nigga boxing with the Whitebeard tattoo.
Yeah, and the Olympics, like people are going to the Olympics doing Gear 2 poses.
Come on now.
Like come on, like the impacts. We can't just ignore it.
If we're really going off that, like that as well, like even Dragon Ball has a shot there. You know what I mean? So that's like very difficult. It's whatever wins there. Specifically that's probably going to be the biggest match between the two is Dragon Ball, One Piece. Whatever wins there might win it all.
When you
One
was a
Piece,
kid,
yeah, it's popular, but Dragon Ball, dude, oh my god, the amount of people who know just the guy with yellow hair. You know what I'm saying? My mom doesn't know who Goku is, but she knows about Super Saiyans. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the reach that it has. But One Piece also has that reach as well. So I think in terms of the bracket and what's really going to win it all is going to come down to who wins that between 17 and 16. I think it is One Piece and Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I would have to say that. Plus, you also got to think about it. When you was at school, nigga, when you really think about it, what poses were you doing? Were you doing the Kamehameha or were you doing Gear 3? Even past that. Back when you watched the anime, you used to get bullied for that shit. And back when being a nerd was the lowest of the low that you could be of popularity, even niggas knew what Kamehameha and Super Saiyan was. I'm just
they respected that, yeah.
You got respect when you watched Dragon Ball Z. You got fucked up when you was watching Jujutsu Kaisen back then. Like,
Dragon Ball and Naruto hit with the niggas though.
Yeah.
If One Piece had the same shine, One Piece would have hit with the niggas too, cause Luffy a real ass nigga. Like imagine if niggas knew who Luffy was. He just go to different islands. Yo, give me your food. Oh, you fucked with my mans, I'ma fuck you up. That's a real ass nigga right there. Like what you talking about? Like
you know what?
Love that.
I guess to kind of conclude it would kind of be, I guess, a three-way tie with an asterisk next to it. You know what I mean? So One Piece, Dragon Ball, or JJK. That's really the top.
Yeah, I would have to.
I really can't see anything else being those three.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Y'all can change that if y'all just vote.
And just so all of you understand how shit AOT is, it's nowhere close to those other three. Just saying.
That's not true, because AOT is probably number 4.
So how come we?
Because y'all hate AOT. Because y'all hate AOT.
I put Cowboy Bebop Mob for.
Gonna be in the three-way tie. All I'm saying is, bro,
because y'all hate AOT.
No one ever says, "Let's go Super Aaron. Let's go Titan."
Niggas was for sure biting their thumb. I seen hella niggas biting the fuck out their thumb. Shindo was the Saga L putting they fucking fists over their heart like they was in the fucking scouts.
All right, so I think we've all said our points here.
Kind of wrap up, man.
Yeah. It's been about an hour and 23 minutes, believe it or not. So that's gonna be a bitch to edit, but it'll be worth it because it was. this was a good discussion.
This might have been our best one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
Hey, hold on, big room. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Come on now, what y'all doing?
Oh God.
Y'all ain't like the video yet? We didn't been on here for an hour and some minutes. Y'all ain't like the video yet? What y'all doing? Come on now.
If you don't, you watch this,
to get out.
yeah, like this video just because we had so many re-recordings and failed meetings. Like this video for getting it done, please.
If you don't like this video, I'm not joking. We will come to your house and force you to watch Attack on Titan.
Just season 4. Not my words. Not my words.
If we see
just
one like, then
no other season. We will have you watch part 1 and 2 of season 4, and you will understand where we're coming from. That's the torture we're gonna put you through.
Season 4 was gas. Part 2 of season 4 was my man's Connie had to kill Dak and fucking Samuel and Dak.
That were on the dock. Ain't nobody care about that, dude.
Bro,
and I did care less.
Season 1. They was in season 1.
I didn't care about them. Didn't even notice them.
That's crazy.
Because Aaron. The only thing that made
we gotta wrap this up. It's going on for a little too long.
I know we all hate OT.
Speed us up, bro.
We'll finish this discussion when we're done, Lamont.
We'll go to your house and force you to watch the Bound Arc if we don't like, subscribe, and vote in the polls. So. Hope you enjoyed and see you in the polls.
Love.
Later.
Peace out.
Y'all have a great night and shit.